Hello. My voice may be a little dry. I don't know what the word is right now. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to my channel. Okay. Multiple things were sort of popping in, and so then I looked through some notes that I've been taking the last few days, and funny enough, I saw a black and yellow butterfly over my head a little maybe like 20 minutes ago, and I was texting with a friend of mine, and I felt her mother's energy, who is no longer on this earth plane, and then, I saw within a very short span, 2929, 3333, and multiple other things were going on at the same time. By the way, before I continue on with that, I just want to say, for anyone who is participating in raising children, whether they're your own or not, kudos to you. I babysat a lot in my life, but it's been, I'm just really appreciating people who take care of children. So even if you work with kids, whatever, just an extra shout out to you. I'm just walking by a random tennis ball. That feels very out of place. I don't know, maybe that's a sign for someone. Okay, so back to the message. So then I felt like this, and I'm standing right in front of a license plate that's 888 as soon as I turned around. And the number's 342 seem important. Okay, anyway, that could be for someone. Initials RENSODW. Okay, so and the name Jackie, or any variation of that, or those initials. Yeah, now I'm seeing the word field. Okay, so this butterfly that I saw, like I said, it was like 20 minutes ago, and then I felt like this collective maternal mother, like presence come in, not from this earth space, so beings that have already passed on in some way. Yeah, my throat is like, excuse me. And I was like, I don't know, and I was about to say, if I feel it stronger, then I will record. And literally, before I could even barely get the thought, I looked up and a butterfly flew over my head, another one, which was just so synchronistic, because in this neighborhood, it's not, some neighborhoods that I've been moving around a bit, I see so many, but this neighborhood I have not been seeing that many butterflies. So anyway, so I said, okay, fine, I will push record. So you may have also SFPUC, lots of initials and numbers. So that was just the opening, and this is just going to be maybe for a few of you. If this person, or maybe it's multiple people for you, because I was also hearing the word matriarch. Of course, monarch butterfly could be significant, but the butterfly I saw was not monarch. This will be a few of you. If you are connecting with someone that you knew when they were in their more elder years, how we perceive elder years, they may want to connect with you like through their younger body because they liked it better. It's just for a few of you, but I heard that so clearly. Like, yeah, so maybe like looking at photos of this person when they were younger, and I don't know, maybe you'll recognize it from a dream or a meditation. Yeah, just a few. Like I kept seeing like a few different type of women, like, you know, come as, I'll say like 50, 60 and up. And then they were like showing themselves like, no, that's not the body I'm going to come in. Like they wanted to be like when they were like, I'm hearing under 30. Okay. Yeah. So that's just very specific. So funny though. Very funny energy. Excuse me. Oh, lions can also be significant. And so many confirmations in this, or just like signs, numbers, and also like progressive numbers. I'm seeing 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, that just wanted to be a little opening message. I've been really hesitant to record because my voice has been like really unpleasant like this week. So my apologies, but I know there's like a deep clearing right now. I feel like I'm on my own nerves, but now I see 111 on a license plate, so the numbers are just popping in. So maybe you're getting like bombarded with numbers, synchronicities, or signs in general, dreams. Also, rainbows. I saw quite a few rainbows this morning. Okay, now, there were a few other things that I wanted to sort of weave through. Oh, I heard we're not finished yet. Okay, there are a few more things that this collective, more matriarchal group want to come through. I don't know why I was just reminded of a crane. You know, like the trucks that get really tall and have a crane on them. I don't know, maybe some of you just like walked by one. There could be a significance there, but that won't be for everyone. I just saw that though. But symbolism of a crane. I'm hearing like assistance, high heights. Kentucky, very specific. Okay, yeah, so whenever you're finding this, it's funny, like I thought this was going to be like a little bit of a, I did get I'll be honest, in the beginning I got a little bit of like a mushy type of, you gotta be kidding me, another 111 number. Okay, a few things. If you are or about to start experiencing like almost like a bombardment of these signs and synchronicities, especially if you've been like working on in some way rewiring your neural pathways or your thoughts, behavior patterns, etc. This is like confirmation that it's working and that your I'll say your thoughts are translating quicker into this reality through your own holographic template. So to be mindful of that, not in a fear-based way, just what you're doing is working, so that's good. So things may start showing up quicker if they haven't already. And the mushy energy I was getting was kind of like, I'm hearing the word doting. Like, I don't know, maybe this person, if you knew them in this lifetime, would dote on you, but it was almost like they were admiring you, like seeing the way you're living your life, and they're like, wow, like maybe I wouldn't have done it that way, or I was too scared to do that. Like they're seeing you breaking through fear, and they may not have been able to honor that now, you know, or not now, but they're doing that now, but in physical form, if you will. But they wanted to come through, and I'm using they as a collective. Yeah, just to just to basically, ooh, oh, this is beautiful. I just heard like show their respect and their honor. There was like a very funny energy, but it got very serious. And right before I heard those words, my heart just like started to tingle, and almost like it felt like it was opening, which is really wild because this morning I knew I could feel a collective heart message coming in. I was holding my niece while she was sleeping, and my heart was like, I could feel it like aching. All of a sudden, all these people, literally, no one was here. And now like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 to 9 people all came at the same time. This keeps happening with messages. When I'm recording outside, it's like I go to these little quiet streets, and then all of a sudden, at the same time, boom. So I feel like this is a repeating collective message right now. Yeah, and I just saw 99. It's not even that, maybe, yeah, things are going to speed up, like 8 of Wands and Tarot, but it's also like, I'm not getting words. It's like a feeling that I'm trying to translate. Yeah, maybe like peaks and valleys. Like it may feel really, there's a lot of stillness, and then all of a sudden it's like, I don't know, 3 opportunities show up at the same time type of thing. And it's funny because the other day, I'm being guided to share something. I am currently in California, and I still haven't figured out my next move of where I'm going yet. And I probably will be here until like another, I don't know, 2 weeks to 3 weeks. I have to look at the date. Anyway, and the other day I was just like really being guided not to like try and figure it out actually. And I said, okay, then please let something show up. Like if that's how this is going to go. And today a friend of mine just sent me this potential option, and I just reached out. So it was like seemingly out of nowhere, and I don't talk to her that often. It wasn't something that I expected at all. So now I'm not sure if that's actually going to come into fruition, but the idea is like, that's an example. And that was just this morning. So I'm sure more things are on the way for all of us, because that's the message that's coming through. Okay. But it's like, this time I just set the intention ever so lightly. I wasn't like, well, it doesn't matter how I did it. The point is, that's all the point. Okay. I'm just checking in to see. I keep feeling Nefertiti. I feel like it comes through that energy of her archetype of Nefertiti, but specifically like her elongated depiction of her like headdress and her skull. So elongated skulls. Maybe someone here has been like researching the beings that were found in different places around the world. Elongated skulls. Particularly, I'm hearing one thing and then another place. Portugal. I have not checked in if Portugal actually is connected to that, but I'm hearing Portugal, and I was being shown. This is crazy. I can hear it, but I like can't get the word. I heard Sicily as well, and I remember Anthony Bourdain. I think his wife was from this place that I always wanted to go to. I'm seeing it so clearly, and like the name is not coming through for some reason. But it's not far from Sicily. It's in the blue zone. Okay, well, when it will come through, I'll share it. But if anyone knows what I'm talking about, please feel free to comment. I can't believe this word just left my mind, because this is like very high on my travel list, and I can't believe the word is not coming. I also just looked up and saw like a slice of the moon during the day right now. So moon cycles can be significant, but it's such a tiny sliver, you can easily miss it. So I feel like that's also a message for someone. And I just heard piece of pie. Okay. When I mentioned Portugal, some of you may really, Atlantis has been coming through a lot lately. Some of you may be really diving into that, or maybe you will be in the near future. but there's something about, they say, according to some, I mean, there's a lot of different speculative things on this, but according to some current research, Portugal is actually a place that may have had a very strong like epicenter of Atlantean geographic remnants. So maybe some of you are feeling drawn to Portugal, or just like fascinated by the idea of that, dreams, visions, memories, things like this. Okay, self-mastery. I was reminded the last few days of the idea of like the theory of if you spend 10,000 hours doing something that you can be considered a master. I mean, I wouldn't go so black and white with that, but there's something about that energy of coming into self-mastery within something. It's going to be different for everyone. It may be multiple things. It really feels like of the self, which then spills into other areas. But for each of you, it also feels like some kind of like talent, skill, ability, something. So congratulations on that. Or you're like feeling very close to that. Okay, and earlier when I saw the repeating threes and 2929, feel free to look up that angel number 2929, which of course reduces to 1111. And sometimes I get on my own nerves, like I said earlier, with the numbers, because I hear people and they're like, oh, numbers. But like, once you're clicked in, sometimes it's just like, I don't know. If you don't, I understand. Either way, I get it. And then right when I saw those numbers, I walked into a cafe and they were playing a song that I used to like love in high school. I like never hear the song. But when I do, it usually reminds me of someone, and not from high school, but just someone in general. And it's called Stellar from Incubus, if you know that song. You can look up the lyrics if you feel so called. But basically, it talks about, like, he's saying he needs to take this person to space to understand what it's like to be inside of them. So you could take that how you like it, of course. Literally, metaphorically, both. And also mentioned cats can be significant. And also patchwork. I'm not even sure if I know what that is, but I heard patchwork and I just saw a bunch of little colored squares together. Maybe it's like a type of stitch or embroidery. I don't embroider, so I genuinely don't know, but I just heard it very clearly. Patchwork. I hope that's a thing. Excuse me. Oh, and there's also a part in the song, like, if you're scared, I'll hold you close kind of thing. So, yeah. This won't be for everyone, but if there is someone that you feel connected to who maybe you're not speaking with at the moment, or if you're speaking with them and maybe things feel a little bit off, there is this I just heard the word mesh. Like, we mesh well. Okay. Yeah. Letters J-I-N can be significant. I'm just seeing that on the license plate. And also that spells jinn. So, if you know about the jinn, sometimes they come through. I know there's a lot of fear-based energy around the jinn, so I'm not going to go too much into that right now. My right side of my crown started tingling. Not my, like my skull, I should say. Oh, back to the elongated skulls. I just heard nigiri and nibiru. Okay, so nigiri obviously is a type of Japanese cuisine, so maybe someone here just really loves nigiri. For a few of you, if you've like cut out seafood, maybe some of you just like genuinely miss nigiri. That's like very specific, but I don't know why I just heard that. I love the tamago, actually. The sweet egg nigiri. It's so good. Oh, and the sweet tofu. Now I want that. Okay. Focus. Giri. Oh, Nibiru. Nibiru. Okay, now it feels like the elongated skulls connecting into Nibiru. So maybe some of you are getting into like the Anunnaki. That's coming through. That would need its own transmission because there's so much within that. But yeah, if somebody wants to go deeper with that, please feel free to share and I will do my best. I'm sure that I already have something on here, or at least on Patreon, about that a little bit. Oh, just weaving back into the that longing. It's not even longing at this point. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of longing energy from someone external, but it feels like, oh, so funny, a Red Bull truck just drove by, which is it's significant for me as a sign, so that could be for someone. But yeah, it feels like there's actually like, hear that horn? Yeah, something's like, I don't know, I'm seeing like an earthquake and like lava coming up from the ground. That's like really not what I was expecting. But yeah, there's like something's burning. Like I saw it's so hot all of a sudden. Yeah, burning, bubbling. It's like repressed passion that's like just erupting essentially. And the other day, I can't remember if I already shared this, but it's coming through again. The song Total Eclipse of the Heart. I heard it like out of nowhere on the day, I think it was like on the day of the eclipse or right after that. So that song can also be significant. Now I'm walking by two keys that are like, it's almost like making a cross on the sign. And they each have two prongs. So it's like, yeah, very interesting. But the prongs are on like each single key. You know, it feels like you each have a key to each other, like an Auric key code, but also like coming together in some way. I didn't expect to spend so much time on this, but there's so much coming through about it. I'm seeing 342 again on a different area. That's the second time I saw that number. Oh my God, and I just realized on the sign, the person's last name is Luck. Huh, never saw that before. Okay, with the keys. So Lucky Keys, Lucky Strike. Isn't that a type of cigarette? 777. Okay. Let's see what else. So, lots of skull energy. Now the 13 crystal skulls are coming up. Prisms could be significant. I will do an overflow on Patreon, and I actually was just listening to this very interesting transmission from Maya Nartumid, who has been bringing through transmissions since before I was born, I'm pretty sure. And she was talking about the spheres of Earth and like the different consciousness perspectives of how we interact with different spheres. And I was just like talking about this on Patreon the last like week or so. So I'll probably go deeper into that, and then some Ascension Glossary expansion for the like subharmonics and some higher ascension mechanics. So if that interests you, I'll be doing that over there. But I just wanted to see anything else. Okay, yeah. So I actually wound up listening to someone new that I've never heard before. This week she popped up on my feed. I actually don't remember her channel name except that Freya, the Norse goddess Freya name, is in it. So shout out to her, because she pulled through something that sparked a memory of mine, and something I had written down in like maybe 2019. And I just wanted to share a little bit of that. So something kept coming through my channel, if you will. And I kept hearing the cosmic color code. It had variations of names over time, but cosmic color code. I kept hearing that. And as I say that, a white moth butterfly, I never know which one is fluttering not far from me. And I'm also staying with a cat right now named Freya. So lots of Freya. That other person's energy is just coming through, and I'm seeing the number 6. You may be seeing their initials. A self-driving car just literally almost just kind of came out of nowhere. Self-driving, interesting. As I saw the initials of someone in the number 6, so 6th house in astrology could be relevant. This came through before, but like refining habits or routine could be switching up for one or both of you. And also, I know this won't be for everyone, but this energy just really wants to talk right now. So I'm letting it come through. And if it's not an external person, like please take it out if it's real, you know. But this idea of the self-driving car is like there's something that's becoming self-generated. So maybe where this person before wasn't taking accountability or taking responsibility, like it feels like that's changing. I just heard slowly but surely is what it's been feeling like, you know. I don't want to say it's going to speed up for everyone, but I do feel like that's a high possibility. Okay. For sure. Not for sure. You know what I mean? That's an expression. So back to the color cosmic code. This person said something like, you know, the essentially spark of your essence is here to like bring something new, like a new color to the spectrum, like a new color spectrum frequency essentially. And it reminded me of the cosmic color code. And yeah, so it feels like whoever is listening to this, perhaps you also feel you know, in Keylontic science, if you're familiar, they often talk a lot about like the DNA strands being activated, and different lineages, different collectives come through with, at least from this last seeding on the earth or ascension cycle, different groups have come in with like the templates of DNA and potential, but like, again, different lineages have been activating different aspects. So it feels like whatever you're connected to may have this essence or spark or color, if you will, within your auric field that is it's like I can't find a word because I don't think original is the right word. I'm hearing it's a feeling for now, so maybe like you're being invited, if you haven't already, to like sit with that and let the word come to you, because I think it's going to be different for everyone. But it feels really beautiful. I will most likely go deeper into that as well on Patreon. Okay, yeah, I want to say that's all I'm getting for now, so thank you very much. To close out, I just looked over and I saw 222 in someone's building, literally as I was about to say. Thank you again, and I'm not sure if I say this out loud enough, but I really do, I'm so appreciative of all of you if you are tuned in, even if it's just for 7 seconds or less or more, and all the other, you know, multidimensional aspects that come through, 222. Yeah, it feels like something that was really playing out dualistically. Is that a word? Dualistically? Is starting to come into harmony. And it feels just really lovely. Really lovely. I don't know. I was about to say like 3 different words there. Oh, and I just looked up in the sky and I'm seeing an eye. And the first type of shape it took was like Horus. And now I'm seeing it like morph into a bird head. So Thoth, falcon. A dog is barking. That could be significant for someone. Horus. Did I ever say Horus? But I heard it again. And also, the Elohim are also, could be coming in from a more non-polarizing plane, I'm hearing. So that won't be for everyone, but if you feel that, then I just felt almost like a little stab in the left side of the stomach, like the heart solar pathway. So it also feels like there's just a deepening in general of feeling, clear sentience, clear feeling. Even if you're someone who feels like already pretty sensitive, I just heard there's more. But it also feels, honestly, okay, I'm getting one more message, like, because those of us who, feel like we've been like that self-driving car, like your auric field feels more like reconnected to you. Aurora re-encryption can be significant, aurora borealis, but like because of this, it feels like your sensitivities in the past may have felt more draining or like, you were still remembering how to work with your own auric field, and there was great purpose in that to potentially assist others, whether it's like literally by working with them or even just by example. And now you're coming into this more balanced feeling where your auric field is essentially like, already pretty programmed to your, or attuned to your, I want to say like self-generated, automated, but not automated in a way of like in the past where maybe just being driven by your subconscious drivers. Now it's because you've been putting in the co-creative efforts, it's more self-generating in a balanced way. So you may be experiencing more balance in that area. Without having to like, it's funny because I heard the word protection, but I didn't say anything yet because I wasn't sure, or maybe I did, but I'm also seeing a masquerade mask. It's like you may not, I'm not saying not to like protect your energy. Of course, please trust yourself, but you may not feel like you need to do as much if you're someone who like does a lot of like protection because it's kind of like your auric field is like self-generating. Of course, you may feel called more to like just cleanse in general. So it may be like less of the rituals that you used to do and more now like, oh, I'm gonna go jump in the water, or just like it may be more playful is what I'm hearing. Not that you maybe weren't playful before, but it just feels a little bit more with ease. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I think that is all, but let me just check in because I do feel one more thing. Yeah, I was sort of in and out of sleep throughout the night because I was holding my niece in a chair, so I was like drifting off but never really fully asleep in that like hypnagogic space. And one of the times that I came out of it, I felt like I kept hearing the word lineage, and I did see like this being kind of like show up, and the being felt very, I heard hedonistic, but that's not at all what I saw. I just heard that word, so that could be for someone, but a bit androgynous and very like I want to say indigenous. It's probably the best word. And it felt like, I'm also seeing a gargoyle, but it also was like this one being, but then it felt like there were just like a line of beings within like this being, also Jackson and Fillmore. I just saw those on a bus and I heard to say those. They could be significant for someone. Let's see what else. Okay, I did just release a post recently on Instagram, I think it was, and YouTube community, talking about the Schumann resonance and something that's been coming through for me a long time about the effect of like the Schumann resonance and the aurora borealis, which I felt that energy earlier, and how the Schumann resonance can there's been so much activity recently, in geomagnetic storms, and they say that the Schumann resonance is actually like expanded in frequency. It went up. So when that was happening, what came through for me was the more realms that we, those of us, like I was talking about, like the DNA strands or that cosmic color code. Of course, all beings have a cosmic nature, all of us, but we're all in space, right? So it's funny that song Stellar came on too. I just realized the connection. But yeah, so it's like this re-encryption with these reactivated DNA strands that in other realms, like the Fey realm, for example, like these intersecting realms that are always with us, but when we start to come back into raising into that remembrance, the earth is responding to its own expansion and ascension, as they say. So yeah, the Schumann resonance is one, and the aurora borealis, I was talking about how that has been showing up in different places. It's like the expansion of this is showing up in our holographic template reality, essentially. All right, well, that's all for now, but I will go deeper into that on Patreon most likely as well. I just wanted to touch on that, especially those of you who are having sensitivities to whatever's going on. And yeah, I was saying that working with sound, for me, I really love working with 50 hertz or less when I feel like I really just need to like decompress, that pulse of the mother energy. But just be careful if you're not familiar. Just maybe do some research or ask if you want to. Certain like frequencies on phones, like 50 hertz and less, can like mess with the speaker. So yeah, I listen to it on low and it's fine, but yeah, just make sure you know what's going on there. Okay, thank you.